welcome to the Counselor's Office. We're just going to blow right into it because I know there's going to be a lot of people who are going to have hot takes based on the title. So let's jump into it. You know, the title, this patch 1.1.1 is a big L. And it is. Sure, unless you are you're not Necro, unless you're Sorcerer or Barbarian, you're not as upset about this patch. And some people are like, what are you talking about? Why would we? This is all W's. Everything. We're going to break it down. We're going to really break this down so we understand that this is not a W. This is an L made to look like a W. So what am I talking about? I actually was live while they were talking, and I did live stream, but I want to do a separate video so I can be a little more conductive with my criticism. So let's start with the premise of giving feedback. The premise is I'm looking at the now and not the future. I am in the game now at the current state it is. I don't care about season 2. You can promise me pretty things. I'm playing the game now. Now, obviously, 1.1.1 isn't out now, and it will be out in August 8th, which is like a week or two from now. Okay, so it's on Tuesday, I believe. So yes, it's not in the now. But if we're going by the now, 90% of the Diablo game base agrees that the now sucks. We can agree that, right? Sorcerer sucks, Barbarian sucks. General feel sucks, especially late game sucks. There's a lot of sucks going on, okay? But what they did is they gave what's coming now, essentially, with next week. We'll consider that the now because it's right around the corner. Sorcerers, they're buffing you. Barbarians, they're buffing you. I don't play enough to say, yes, this justifies everything. Looks good. This is great. It justifies all the nerfs you guys got. This is giving you more options. I don't know. I didn't really see. I saw a couple things for survivability, but I have not played Sorcerer. So I don't know. They buffed Necro, which Necro's broken this season. It is the thing to play. So Necro, you're eating good now, okay? You're eating real good. Rogue got a couple of tweaks. I saw Siphoning Strike get 75 to 85% increase which is great. That matters because they literally neutered the survivability of Rogue. You have to pretty much out DPS and kill things before they can kill you. Druid. Spirit generation. I will take that. I'm playing Druid now. They buff companions for some reason. I don't think that the companion buffs. In fact, I think most of these little bitty buffs across the board really are not going to change people's way of playing the game. Like, I truly do not believe this is going to bend the needle. Like, what is currently being used now, I don't think will change. I don't think it will. Rogue's still going to use Twisting Blades. Necro is still going to be using Necro builds. Druid, right now there's a couple, but the most notable one is the Tornado Werewolf build, which, God, if I can get Tempest Roar to drop, I will be rocking that over my Pulverize build. But Companions, I don't see Companions ever being viable. So really, all this is a W for Sorcerers and Barbarians. Though, is it really a W? We're living in the now, the current now. They nerfed the now. I don't want to be like, good job, when they should have buffed first. And they've already acknowledged this, and it's like kicking an old horse. But this is the problem, is that they haven't really learned their lesson, and we'll get to it. So bear with me. Bear with me. Let's kind of go through the process here. Okay? They have not learned their lesson. Oh, Uniques got buffed. I believe they mentioned the Uniques will get buffed. I don't see if they actually show the unique buff. I want to kind of go here. Talk about we're going to talk about this too. Uniques got buffed. Legendaries got buffed. Aspects got buffed. Again, I don't know why those weren't buffed in the first place. But That sure. I don't think that's going to, again, I think legendaries, I don't think that is going to change anything. Things that are good now are probably going to be the thing that people are still using. They talked about wanting to bring up other stats, vulnerable, crit, or the dominance, but they want like overpower and dot damage. Again, that's nice. That's nice. But that's the future. I don't care. That's not being applied to the now. I don't care about the future. I'm playing season 1 now. I don't care. That doesn't change how I feel. It's what are we doing now? You already nerfed what was already good, making it even worse. Everyone still uses vulnerable and crit, and they've recognized that it's still the prio one. They've done nothing to change the needle. Nothing. But they finally realized, oh, we need to bring things up to parity. Duh. Anyone could have told you that. They want all, let's see. Flat damage sucks. Gee. Does it? Wow. Imagine that. Ultimate buffs. People, they want us to actually use them versus just use them for buffs. Here's the thing. People are going to use the buffs so that their build feels better. So make it more viable. Like right now I use werewolf to try to like do more damage to have a little bit more survivability. Necro minions, Druid, they want a buff. Obviously, I mentioned that. Here's the big thing right here in front of you. Let's talk about this. This is the biggest L of the whole thing. Before we jump into this specific thing, let's go to the patches. Pre-season, it was 15 for 1 level higher, 20 for 2 levels, and 3 was 25%. 3 levels. You only had to do 3 levels, you got 25%. Just doing 1 level was 15%. So it doesn't matter if you're hardcore or casual. You could at least get 15%. Okay. Then they nerfed it to 15%. And I'm not gonna, that is annoying, but that's not the problem. The problem here is now to get to what level 1 level higher was, I have to do 10 levels to get the minimum of what it was previously. One level is 1.5%. 1.5%. What? 1.5 for just 1 level. Why does this matter? Why is this their argument of we're not changing any XP? We're not doing, this is the biggest L and why I probably won't play Diablo after I get to my Druid to 100. It's at 70 right now. Here's the big thing. The biggest L is that they're taking the density. You know, this is what one deep wood looks like right now. And this is what it's going to look. Now, on paper, let's just say 1.5 plus 10. Let's say everything in the dungeon gives you 10 XP. Sorry, I messed myself up. That's where I got the 11.5. So this is just metaphorical. Obviously, elites count for more. You get more than 10, yada, yada. You know what I mean. So just this metaphorical number, let's say 11.5. That's the XP we get plus the 15% bonus, the cap, times 100. That's 1,150. But then you double it. You know, you double it. Well, okay. You doubled the amount of enemies in the thing, you're getting more XP. That's great, right? 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 You have to go 10 levels. That means if I am 70, I have to do 80. If I'm 90, I have to do 100 plus. I have to do 100 plus. 100 plus. My level. And now, it's going to be real, like, you're going to have a fine-tuned build to do that. In the hardcore, the 1% sweaties who want the game to be just absolutely nail-biting hard are going to love this. But if you're like me and you're not casual, but you're also like, when I get back to work, I can play like 4 to 5 hours a day if I focus on this. But I'm not living in mom's basement. I'm not a 40-year-old virgin living in the basement who can day one 100. Like, that's the extreme. That should not be what Blizzard looks at. I am the population that Diablo should look at. I have over 100 hours. I play a crap ton. I've done all-nighters playing, but then I also play other games. I also live a little. Heck, I just left to go do dentist appointment. Like, I live. I'm gonna have a job after vacation. Like, but that's not the full circle. If you're still with me, full circle. So we're increasing density here. That means more XP. The problem is you have to do it max 10 to get the maximum amount of XP. What they are not changing is crowd control. There is more enemies, meaning there's more CC. There's more affixes. There's more things that are going to screw you over. You love freezing? That's going to happen unless they remove that from the game completely. I know they removed it from sigils, but are they removing it from just actual random enemies? Actual random elites? Are they going to remove that? Probably not. Stun charge. Being stunned locked. Being feared, shadowed, or whatever. All these things are being amplified. They are not fixing any of it in this patch. So the issue of survivability is only going to get worse. So who cares that you can get potentially more XP if you can't survive in the now? That's why it's an L. You're increasing the problem without actually fixing it. What they should have done was just return XP the way it was, fix crowd control, and then implement all this at once. Okay, more enemy density. Great. We're returning XPs down to the way it was for Season of Malign or whatever crap. I forgot. It's the hearts. Malignant. I don't know. 1.1.0, the first patch. We returned it back to that after we fixed crowd control. Resistances. They mentioned resistances. They don't work. They've recognized they don't work. Which makes no sense. They developed the game. They released the game in the state that it was. And they just, we're just trying to figure it out. How did you not forget? Why did you release it in such a useless state? Why does it even exist? They complain. They literally complain that all people want to do is use damage reduction this, damage reduction that. Because resistance doesn't work, you morons. It's fat L. Of course, we're going to use what works because you made things that don't work. Crowd control. There is nothing I can do to break or make freezing or being stun locked end sooner. There are clips all over the place of people in hardcore being stun locked into freeze, into being feared, and they just die. Or they instantly get frozen and they instantly die because they can't, there's no survivability. That is in the now. That is a crappy, trash game. I love Diablo. I love playing it, but it is at its core broken and trash when it comes to survivability. This is a fat L. You're increasing the problem here. But you could just do just a lower dungeon. You don't have to do 10 plus. Yes, if I want to be efficient with my time, if I want to be efficient to get the maximum, I can't do. Whoops, that's not on. I can't just do 2. because I'm getting 3%, which is even less than just doing 1. That's the problem here. That you have to do 10. If they just did this and then made it look like this, that makes sense. I'm okay with that. If this was here, 3 levels, 15%. Wow. You can play the game how you want to do harder, do harder. Because there's going to be people defending, well, they wanted to make the game harder. Then why is it capped at 10 levels? Why is there not why is this not a buff all the way up? Why can't, if I go 15 levels higher? I'm really pushing the boundaries of my build. I'm really trying to challenge myself. Why can't I not get more than just 15? Because right now, if I go 11 levels, 12, 20, 30, whatever, it's pointless. There's no reason to. You get no benefit. So whatever problem the hardcore have, this didn't fix it. It didn't fix it for anyone. This isn't fixing it for anyone. In fact, they even made it worse because they're increasing the difficulty and health of bosses. So CC's not being fixed, resistance not being fixed, but we're making more dense areas. We're not increasing XP gains besides just making more enemies for you to fight. And we're making bosses harder to kill. You know what's going to happen now? People are going to find the easiest, and I'm talking about the easiest, the minimal, where you are less likely to find BS, crowd control crap. They're going to find the Nightmare Dungeon, the dungeons to farm, and they're just going to reset. I mean, they already are, but they're definitely going to do it now. Like, I have zero reason. Oh, I get better loot. I don't care. Because if there's more enemies like bosses here, elites, I'm getting loot anyway. So why do I care about beating the final boss in a dungeon? Not only that, but they've already buffed Butcher, the Butcher. And he's a pain in the butt to kill. Unless you have a build that's focused on single target damage, it sucks. I just either let myself die or I run away. Because it's a waste of time to even try to fight him. Because they increase his attack speed, he stuns locks you, he just does all this BS. It's not fun, and that's the factor. That's why this is the big L. They have done nothing to really increase the fun. Because CC still exists. It sucks. Resistances suck. There's nothing in the now. I don't care about Season 2. I'm playing in Season 1. I am playing now. This is not changing anything. This isn't changing anything at all. Except for reinforcing a playstyle that they probably don't want, which is people resetting dungeons and farming them. In fact, I don't know, I have to check. I'm pretty sure this is only Nightmare Dungeons. It will have to be tested. Whether it's Nightmare Dungeons or Dungeons overall. Because if it's Dungeons overall, if they still benefit from this, people are just going to go back to farming regular dungeons. I mean, the speed at which, I mean, this is pointless. Why go 10 levels for 15 point more, increase of XP when you can join a group for 20, pop a thing for 5, and then speed run basic dungeons. You're getting 30%, because I believe it's 20% or with a group, and then a potion's 25. I could be wrong. Either way, you're getting more than this faster with minimal issues. Again, we won't know until later. We won't know until later. But I'm telling you right now, this is an L. Sure, they added small things like Blue Goblin, get guaranteed legendaries. Who cares? I want guaranteed uniques. Who cares about legendaries? I can run a Nightmare Dungeon and they poop out of everything. Almost. Pretty much. This is rain. Legendaries rain. Like, goblins are a joke. I'd rather goblins be as rare encounters like rarer, and then they're like the true loot goblin that can drop uniques. I'd rather them be rare than me to see them and just like, there's no point. Why chase them for a chance at legendary or guaranteed legendary when I can just kill an elite and have, you know, a pack of them, and then I can get legendaries? Because now, like, the way things are with this campfire, getting legendaries isn't going to be hard. I can tell you right now. If you really want legendaries, do a low tier, like below you. If you're really needing legendaries, farm something below that you don't care about XP, and you can get through it pretty quick. You can farm from easy, you just reset the dungeon. Just farm for legendaries. Like, this does not change for the good. It only makes things worse. People are going to target farm the easiest. They already are, but even more so, they're going to reset the dungeon, not complete it. So, like, if they're wanting Nightmare Dungeons to actually be completed and not farmed, that's not going that's not going to change. And dungeons that are bad are never going to be touched. Like, there's dungeons I already actively avoid, and I will dismantle the sigil. I don't even care if it has the easiest modifiers. There's some dungeons that are just absolutely trash already because of CC. This is the fattest L. They remove trash affixes. That's great, but unless you remove them completely from elites, they still exist. CC still exists. And they end on mount changes. They're going to do some mount changes. Talking about removing barricades, like, and then controller support and all. These are minimal. I don't care. People are like, this is a big patch. Yes, there's some sprinkles on it, but this is more of a, we're fixing the crap mistake we did to make Sorcerer and Barbarian actively bad, and we're making them somewhat better now. Everything else is just, we're trying to make it sound good because we dunked on your game. There is nothing in this patch that screams to me that the now is better. Again, I do not actively care about Season 2. Why would I play Season 2 if I hate Season 1? If I'm not enjoying Season 1? Because I get in and I get smashed to pieces because I can barely fight the Butcher because you made him a flippin' tank. And am I really harping on him? No, he's just an example of what probably is going to happen with other bosses, is that they're making them harder, and it's just going to make people not want to complete the dungeon. Why complete a dungeon when you can just farm the base dungeon for XP and then dip and reset? You really want to level up your glyph? Then just do easier ones. I mean, who cares? Yeah, the higher you go, you get more XP out of it, but just, you could farm trash, nightmare, low tier sigils, and get your glyphs up really quick. I mean, it does not take that long. It takes like 10 at 70 right now, like 10 or so to get like a decent number on your glyph. It doesn't take long. So you could literally target farm that. I know people are going to try to be efficient and want to do it all at one go, but man, it's not worth it if you can't survive because of CC. Survivability sucks, and it still sucks. I mean, I'm fortified with bulwark up as a druid. Like, I'm tanky. I have good armor. And then I just get one shot because I'm immediately CC'd frozen. I am frozen, and then I get unfrozen, and immediately I'm slowed from a elite that has 5 different affixes attached to it. I'm frozen. Then I'm slowed. Then I'm confused by the dread. And then I'm literally stunned by another trash ad that can just sit there and stun you. And then I'm one shot by a corpse bow. Or one shot by the stupid stingers who shoot their darts across the map. Or I'm charged in by a freaking boar. or I'm stuck in between the freaking lightning needles because I don't know why I get jammed in the corner by all these trash ads that are stun locking me, and I'm pushed against the wall, and I can't even wiggle out. That's not fun. And that's only getting worse with this. I was not impressed. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. This is a fat L. You can disagree with me, and that's fine. I mean, sorcerers, barbarians, you are probably, this is a W. I mean, either way, this is a W for you. You're like, we're recognized. But you got to be honest. It shouldn't be a W for you. Sorcerers and barbarians shouldn't have been nerfed in the first place. They shouldn't have been knocked down to uselessness. Let's be honest. Let's not pat them on the back for things that they shouldn't have done in the first place. It's like someone ran me over, and like if a car came through and ran me over, but then they picked me up and pat me down and made sure I was good. I'm not going to be like, oh, thank you for taking the time to check and make sure that I'm good. And then you straightened my clothes. You fixed my clothes. My clothes was really dirty because I got ran over. Thank you. You took the time to fix that for me. But you shouldn't have ran me over in the first place. People are celebrating. This is the greatest thing ever. It's not. I don't care about pretty words. You can put sprinkles on a turd, but a turd is still a turd. It doesn't matter how much sprinkles you put on it. You can put whipped cream and a cherry, but it's still a turd. And this has come from someone who's still actively playing the game. This isn't some casual. This isn't some, oh my God, he's just a dirty casual. He doesn't know nothing but Diablo. All these Blizzard ball fondlers out there just fondling the balls of Blizzard. More, daddy, more. It's just, it's so annoying. I'm not impressed. I'm not going to give a game that comes out. And I thought it was good. I thought Season 0 was fine. Granted, CC sucked. Crowd control really killed you. Resistance sucks, but we still had some survivability. But they took that away, and it still sucks. And you can tell me, but they said that they'll never do that again, and that they'll buff things before they nerf them. That's great, but that doesn't change the now. I am playing the game 7/28. I don't care about a month or two later. I do not care about October, August, September. I care about here in July. I'm playing Diablo. I'm not going to go to a car parking lot, buy a car. Then they take away. First off, it's missing things. Like it's missing the blinker. And then they come in and they take my rear view, my mirrors. So now I can't turn because I have no blinkers, but also can't see around the corner. I can't look because they took it away. And then they say, oh, in a couple of months, we're going to give you blinkers. Your car didn't come with blinkers, but we're going to give you blinkers. I'm going to return that car. You understand, right? They took away my mirrors, my rear view mirrors. They didn't give me a car with blinkers in the first place, but they're going to fix it later. I don't care. I'm taking that crap back. Give me a car that has rear view mirrors, that has blinkers, that I can play, or drive, should I say, right off the bat. Now, I got my money's worth out of Diablo. I played this season, and if I were to quit, I'd feel happy. You know what? I got a druid to level 70, which is 20 more levels than I said I would. I said if the season sucks, I wouldn't play past 50. And I played World Tier 4, level 70, working my way up to 80. I'm like 74, almost 75. I think I've given the game more benefit of the doubt. I want to see what this is. I will probably not play Season 2. If the XP remains the same and they don't truly fix resistances and crowd control, if that crap doesn't change, I am done with Diablo until like a year from now. And that's me taking a mental health break to really look at the situation, analyze it, and do what's best for me. I'm not going to play a crap game that doesn't give me my blinkers or is taking away my rear side mirrors. I'm going to play a game like Remnant 2, which has the full package. It has the blinkers. It has the rear view mirrors. Heck, it's got a really good AC. I think I'm going to play it. Granted, it's not a live service game, but at this point in my gaming career, after playing with Destiny 2 and this, I think I'm tired of live service games. Heck, that's why I stay away from Halo Infinite, because the live service trash. Live service is trash. I think there's a few that get away with it, but personally to me, they're trash. And they've become trash because people are accepting mediocrity. They're accepting the turds with sprinkles. They're fondling the balls. Instead of wanting better, they've accepted the turd that they've been given. They've accepted that someone is literally bending over and crapping in their mouth and they're asking for more. And it's not Diablo, it's not Destiny, it is just the live service and video games in general, but especially live service. I've never seen so many people in live service games literally fondle the balls of game companies. They can do no wrong, they are not wrong. It is all the excuses, they're just casuals. That's why they don't like it. The communities of live service are probably the most toxic you will ever see in your life. They don't care about wanting better. They don't care about looking for better. They want things to stay the same because it's their region, their area. It's their Russia. We've changed for no one. This is our mother country. This is for the motherland. We fondle the balls here. You stay away. I don't know. Let me, if you are sorcerer and barbarian, please explain to me in detail. And I'm not actually like saying like you're going to be wrong. I'm just saying like I'm unaware of how much of a W and how much this changed for you guys. Did this really make, from what they nerfed and took away from you guys, is this putting you back up there? Or is it the now still suck? Does it the now still suck for you guys? That's what I'm curious about. Everyone else, it's your opinion on this and CC and all that stuff. I don't care. Your opinion, but I don't care. You can argue if your face is blue, but no one, I don't think everyone can agree this is bad. Especially your casuals. I'm able to do this. With my druid build, I'm making it through. I'm able to do this. But your casuals, this is just making people not want to play the game. Most of your casuals are hanging around this area. If they're even doing that. Heck, Blizzard even said a crap ton of people haven't even beat the campaign. I don't see in what world this is good. At least give us this, not these percentages, but this with these percentages. If people want to go farther than this, then let them. Heck, instead of XP, if someone goes 10 levels or 12 or 15, they got a higher chance at a unique. That's a buff. I don't know about you. I would be trying to do 20 levels above. I would be trying to min-max the build to do 20 levels above in order to get uniques. If that's a surefire way to get uniques, like a good increase, you bet your bottom dollar I'm going to be farming, especially if I have a chance to get a higher chance, like even if it's like a 1% increase, I will be doing that for some Ubers. But no, that's not the world we live in. It sucks. Even this, like that sucks, like power leveling. God forbid you join someone. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Overall, I'm not pleased. Sure, the changes to uniques, that's cool. Again, I don't know why we had a list of nerfs and we didn't have any buffs at all. Why are we just now buffing these things? And it's because the community has complained. Do you really believe? And I want the people out there who are already angrily typing in the comment section. Do you really believe this or any of these changes would have been made if the community didn't complain? If the community did not complain about the nerfs, do you think that any of these changes would have been made? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. Why would they feel incentivized to change things if no one complained? It's because of the amount of uproar that people have that they were forced to change things. So we should not stop the train with just the sprinkles. Get that turd off my table and give me a sundae with the cherry on top. Because you tried giving me a turd with sprinkles. You owe me. I paid for the game. It is your job. We signed a social contract here where I consume your product knowing that it's a live service in expectation that I'm going to get a game that is fun and satisfactory. Granted, are you going to make everyone happy? No. But when the community itself does not like it, you are obligated to make the change or you are breaching that social contract, in which case the consumer will no longer buy or play your product. You will lose money. You will lose players. And that's what was happening. They were losing players, which means less money. Why would I buy your crappy battle pass if I don't even want to play your game? In fact, I am actively not buying the battle pass because of how bad the season is. The hearts are mid. They don't fix the problem of crowd control. They don't fix the problem of survivability except for some niche cases. Sure, Necro's broken with hearts. Good for you. That's what one class out of the entire class system. Let's all play Necro and not play any other class because that one guy's like, but Necro's really good with hearts. And then Rogue is still Rogue because Rogue is still good with Twisting Blades. Like, as long as they don't nerf Twisting Blades, Rogues are eating good. I'm just saying, as long as they don't nerf or do anything worse to the Twisting Blade build, Rogues will be fine. I don't know. You guys let me know. I'm done ranting. I mean, I don't know what more argument or criticism I can bring. Like, it's not like I can bring some documentation of no, this is just actual in the game, what it is in the now, instead of basing it on what we can expect in the future. I don't care. I don't know about you, but I'm not driving a car without AC. But in the future, I might have one. No, I'm taking that crap back. I'm getting a car now with AC, and I'm going to have a good time. Same thing with Diablo. The game's not fun or actively a piece of crap. It plays like crap. It sucks like crap because I get CC'd over the smallest thing and I insta-die in the now. I don't care about next season. I don't care from 2 months ago. I'm going to go play something else. And I think we can all agree that's okay. And that's how it should be. If something makes you mad or you're not actively enjoying it, don't force that turd down your throat. Leave your criticism on the door like I do, and then walk away. Now, you could light that turd on fire in front of their door so they're forced to stomp on it, and then they've got their own turd on the bottom of their shoe. But we're going to be civilized here. We're just going to leave the turd with a note saying, you know, we're done, and we're walking away. Except I'm not returning the turd. I'm just leaving the turd somewhere and hoping it comes back and it's an ice cream sundae later down the line. Anyways, I'm committed to getting to 100 because my rogue got shafted with its build because of all the changes and it's stuck at 90. So I'm definitely going 100 if I can manage to not lose my mind with the changes coming in a week or two with all the extra crap. In fact, it may be easier to farm just for the fact that you can just farm and not actually care about the boss. But I think that overall for the health of the game is not good if you're literally ignoring the actual part, which is the boss. I don't know in what world that's okay, because that's what's going to happen. You're making bosses hard unless you get exceptional, like I'm talking about 100k for bosses or something stupidly high XP. I'm not touching that boss with a 9-foot pole. I'm going to reset the dungeon. I'm going to keep farming. That's me. Let me know what you think. Again, I think this is a big fat L. Except for the few people like sorcerers and barbarians, you might think you got a W in this. And hey, let me know if that's the case. But to me, this is a fat L. I'm not going to give credit for something that hasn't happened. Or the things that they talked about that's going to happen in the future. The future is not now. It's the present. So, here's your L.